For years, psychology divided people into neat categories. On one side, the empath, sensitive, emotional, absorbing the pain of others until they drown in it. On the other, the dark triad, narcissists, Machiavellians, psychopaths, cold, calculating, detached from human feeling. Light and dark. But reality is rarely that simple. Some people don't fit cleanly into either category. They feel deeply, but they don't lose control. They understand emotion, but they aren't ruled by it. They can connect and detach, care and calculate. Psychology has a name for this pattern, the Dark Empath. Not a villain, not a hero, but a psychological hybrid that operates in territory most people never reach. And today, we're breaking down 7 signs that indicate this structure might describe you. Sign 1. Emotional precision. When someone comes to you in crisis, something unusual happens. Most people react emotionally. They rush to comfort. They mirror the distress. You don't. Your mind slows down. While the other person is overwhelmed, you become analytical. You listen closely. You notice inconsistencies. You identify leverage points. You see why they're suffering, not just that they are. You don't merge with their pain. You map it. Your advice is often uncomfortably accurate, not soothing, effective. People leave your presence feeling helped, but exposed. Like you saw something beneath the surface they didn't expect you to notice. This isn't cruelty. It's cognitive empathy operating at high resolution. Sign 2. The ability to influence without force. Dark empaths rarely dominate openly. They don't need to. You understand motivation. You understand insecurity. You understand desire. And instead of pushing people, you position them. A comment here. A pause there. A carefully timed withdrawal of attention. You don't command behavior. You shape environments. People often believe decisions were their own, even when you quietly guided the outcome. This isn't loud manipulation. It's subtle orchestration. And that subtlety is exactly what makes it powerful. Sign 3. Controlled charisma. You can be magnetic when you choose to be. Not because you crave attention, but because you understand timing, tone, and emotional rhythm. You know when to engage. You know when to pull back. You know how long to stay present. But this charm is conditional. Once the objective is met, the energy drops. You disengage cleanly. No lingering need for validation. No emotional dependency. To others, this can feel confusing. To you, it feels efficient. Sign 4. Dark humor as armor. Your sense of humor is not light. It's sharp, dry, sometimes unsettling. You see absurdity where others see tragedy. You joke about uncomfortable truths. You laugh where others go silent. This isn't lack of empathy. It's psychological distance. Humor allows you to observe darkness without being consumed by it. It keeps you from drowning in the weight of human behavior. Some people mistake this for coldness. In reality, it's how you stay sane. Sign 5. Protective aggression. You're not aggressive by default. But when you perceive injustice, something shifts. You don't respond with softness. You respond with precision. If someone exploits, humiliates, or abuses others, you don't moralize loudly. You intervene strategically. You understand power dynamics. You understand weak points. And when necessary, you apply pressure exactly where it works. This isn't cruelty for pleasure. It's enforcement of boundaries. You don't enjoy chaos. You eliminate it. Sign 6. Clean detachment. When you leave a relationship, it's final. Not impulsive, not emotional. Final. By the time you disengage, You've already processed the loss internally. You've evaluated the cost. You've accepted the outcome. So when you walk away, there's no drama, no guilt spiral, no regret. To others, this feels sudden. To you, it's simply the end of a calculation that finished long ago. Sign 7. Quiet superiority. This is the trait most people deny. You know you see more than most. You notice patterns others miss. You understand human behavior at a deeper level. And yes, sometimes that creates a sense of distance. Not arrogance in performance, but confidence in silence. You don't need applause. You don't need recognition. You're content knowing you could control situations you choose not to. That restraint is the difference between a dark empath and a narcissist. Conclusion: the edge you walk. The dark empath is not evil, but they are capable of harm, capable of influence, capable of control. And that's exactly why responsibility matters. Power without awareness becomes destruction. Awareness without restraint becomes isolation. The dark empath's challenge is not suppressing darkness, it's directing it. If you recognize yourself here, the goal isn't to glorify this pattern. The goal is to master it. Because the most dangerous people aren't those who lack empathy. They're the ones who understand it perfectly. Subscribe if you want depth, not labels.